Hello guys, it's Paula here to do my last video before my surgery. So I did a video earlier where I took the big legal-like envelope that had the leaves on it and made it into a journal. And I started out plain, really nothing serious. I just kind of started making things and throwing them in. And I was going to make it as like a journal that I could just put ideas in and so forth. And I wanted to make it big. But then as I started going on it, I decided I had a friend I wanted to give it to just for fun and maybe just for taking notes. Nothing fancy. It's not anything over the top fancy. So I went ahead and wrapped it in this little fox because it's fall and it just looks cute. You know, you think of foxes in the fall, or at least I do, because I have, you know, used foxes in journals. So I'm just going to lay this out like this and everybody can see. I'm going to move it over a little bit. So this is the legal envelope, and we got together and we decoupaged it. I know you remember that. And I decided to, you know, put a little strap here with buttons to it just seemed so big this way. It needed something in the middle. Okay. And so back looks like the front. We decoupaged this. We put batting, and then we put this fabric right here. Now, as I said before, this is nothing fancy. I had this cute little fox fabric that I've had forever, and I thought, you know, I'm going to use that. And so you can see there's batting here, and then you guys and I sewed this together. And that was as far as we got in an hour. So I used some of Gail's Digital. The color just was perfect, you know, so I decided I had these leaves that were kind of a rust with this grayish brown background. And I had this left over from my traveler's notebook, and I thought, well, that'll look cute in there with all the other foxes. It's a little bit fancy, but that's all right. And here I took the cover of that. The fox went out on a chilly night. I took the cover and made it into an envelope. And instead of laying it over the top of a page, I decided to use it to hold these cute little time cards. Look at those. A little different than the time cards you normally see, right? But I really like these. Okay. And so that is what's happening in the left side pocket. I just made one big long pocket, so the other side looks just like this. And stitched around it, and anyway, made this cluster right here. And I just took two different kinds of sari silk and just kind of flipped them around themselves and stitched through the middle of them and added these crochet type flowers, and then added on a bulb pin a leaf. And down here is Tim Holtz. It's made by Sizik, but it is, I think it's wonky flowers or leaves or something like that, but it has mushrooms and leaves on it, and they set up the dies on that super. And so you'll be able to find it, and it does fit the little small, what is that little one called? The little die cut machine, Sidekick, I think is the name of it. Never could find it up there, but anyway. And look how these colors on this just match. This, I can't remember, Poppies. I think this came from a digital shop called Poppies. I'll link Gail's shop, and I'll link Poppy's shop. And then I just stenciled on some music sheet outlined the leaf, tore around it, and inked, and just put it in the corner of a few pages. I stamped this cute little digital of the mushroom and the little fox. And, you know, I used a couple pages out of my porch prints, digitals, and mostly I used some of the little ephemera, and I decorated the ephemera, you know, so it wasn't so boring. But each one has a cool little thing on it. And I made about 4 tags out of just a page that was left over. Now, there's not a fox, but his buddy the cows are there. And then here's some of the leaves that came from that digital. And they're double layered. So like this, you can cut them single or you can cut them double. And the double and the single are on the same die. It's awesome. Tim did something really smart. Although I wished he'd get his Wildflowers paper pad and fix it where when you tear your paper out, it doesn't rip half the paper off. It's been like that ever since the beginning. Anyway, some more of the little fox story that I had left over. Gail's sheet. This is my porch prints. It's really light. And here is one of the pockets that fold out. And this is some of the new grungy kind of fall looking tea stained paper or coffee stained paper that I got from Emily. Here's another one of the little mushrooms. And then I just decoupaged on everything. Just made it simple. I didn't want it over the top colorful. I kind of wanted it to look more fall, which is, you know, brown. Here I have a side pocket here underneath this. And I stenciled leaves. And then they can journal on the other side, which works out great. Gives a lot of extra space. But this book really, I didn't make it for journaling necessarily. Maybe just a book to work from. You know, if you have lists you need to make or plans or something you want to do and you don't, you know, maybe more like just a book. Just a book for fun. I made it for fun. I had some time. Didn't have enough time to do a Christmas book or another fall book. So I thought I would go easy on myself and make this little book. More of Gail's paper. More of the Poppy's paper. Look at that. She is incredible. She has the best eco-dyeing paper I've seen so far. And you need to go check her out. Another stencil. Some more bingo cards. And more of the My Porch Prints ephemera. Yeah, I love My Porch Prints digitals. Here's a little fox. It looks like he's sniffing in the air for what's about to come. I love this book because it's so fall. When you look at it, it's so fall. But I don't have any more. I used the rest of it. I've used it in 3 books. And so, you know, I got good use out of it. And I didn't even do fancy inking because I was just going to keep it for myself and work from it. But then I started feeling like I wanted to give it to a friend. So here is one of Gail's pockets that she does, and I use my digital, which is the quilt, the winter, spring, summer, and fall quilts, and this is the fall quilt. And then I made a little side pocket tag. Has a little bird down here, but this is just a paper to journal on. And then the piece that was left over from this, I used for the front. Zigzagged around everything. Put some sari silk and a leaf right there. And put some trim down the front. And there you go. It was fun. That was kind of a last minute thing I decided to do because I was printing out my prints for some other stuff. And I was like, man, I think I'm going to do that. Okay, so here is, you can see the fox down here. It's you know, this is the title page. It tells you that it's from 1961. And copyright was 1945. So the last copyright was 61, it looks like. Originally 45. Came from Claremore Elementary School, Claremore, Oklahoma. I go over there and go through their shops. They have crazy great things over there. So here I did some more mushrooms, and another collage has a little acorn on it. Done the same way. Could have lowered it a little bit, but I didn't. And then some more of the mushrooms and acorns. I hope you guys are able to see. Okay. This book's bigger, so I'm like constantly looking here. They're having dinner with the goose for their little family. And here they are in front of the fireplace. And there's Mr. and Mrs. Fox. It's so cute. Except they're eating an animal that they attacked and killed. Here's some of that My Porch Prints paper. Some more Gales. Here they are. He's plucking the chicken there. I did not put the pages in the correct order, just so you know. And so here is another part of that page and different ephemera here. And the Fox book and some more stenciling that I tore around. And I just couldn't stand it. I had to doodle around those leaves. I wanted them to really stick out. There the fox is. He's got one on his back and one in his mouth. Oh, mercy. That's dinner tonight for them. And on we go here. Now, right here is another one of these. I told you I had put a second one. And I put the larger mushroom there. And then the same sort of journaling card with the leaves. I used distress ink, and I used like 4 or 5 different inks, and I stenciled and then zigzag around it on an index card. And here is a pumpkin patch. Let me get it out of here. It's still pretty tight. It says pumpkin patch, 1 mile. Yeah, I love making tags and pockets and journaling cards when you collage. It's just so much fun. And here's the last little cluster done with the same 2 sari silks, and this one has a maple leaf on it. So that's fun. Pages are pretty thin, but I did them on copy paper, and that's what you would want in something like that. Well, here's a graveyard, and there's the fox. Don't ask me what he's going after. Some of these headstones say funny things. This one says giggle, giggle. To the memory of Dooley and Ann something. That's funny. So here is another page with the fox. Had to put him there because he's like winning the battle, isn't he? And then some more ephemera. And some more of the book. And here he is. He's like the champion. He's on the run home. He's going to surprise the family. They get to eat tonight. And here is a leaf. Look at this. See what I mean? Her eco-dyeing is awesome. And in this back pocket, I also made another envelope out of the book cover with a time card inside of it also. So, it's not anything fancy, but I just put some white beads, and I just wanted it to be for fun and soft, you know, something that most of them aren't. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, getting to go through this. I want to talk to you for a second and tell you what's up. So, I had both my shoulders injected today so that I would be able to use a walker and only put 50% on my hip as far as the weight goes. And I have such weak wrist from my 2 joints there and carpal tunnel, that alone is enough to worry about. But when both your shoulders are torn, the rotator cuff, it's pretty rough. And so it's going to be a hard first 3 weeks. I'll be on the walker. And then the last 3 weeks, I'll be on a cane. So I really would appreciate any prayers, or just lift me up, or just thoughts that I can have a speedy recovery, because I have a lot of Christmas books I want to make. I have a couple custom ones that I need to start on. And then if you go back a few videos, you'll see where I showed all the books that we're going to have available for this Christmas season. And I've been stocking up through the winter and through the summer with Christmas stuff, new napkins, new fabrics, new everything, new embellishments, and vintage, copies of digitals that are vintage. And I just have really had fun trying to plan this whole thing. And then this happened. So, because we had a great Christmas last year, and I'd like to see this one be just as great. Now, I'm going to have my right hip done as well at some point, but I'm not getting in any hurry. The shot has worn off on the right side. The left one is the surgery side. And so now I'm having terrible pain on the right side too. So that's not making this any more fun. And then on top of that, my shoulders, and hopefully the injections will calm those down. And yeah, I talked to my old boss last night, and he's an orthopedic surgeon, and he told me that he hasn't seen anybody as young as me to have as bad of arthritis as I presented early on. So yeah, it's lovely to hear that, isn't it? You're lots older than you are. Or at least your body is. So went today, got my hair colored and cut, and it's not super long anymore, and I think maybe that'd be easier for me to take care of. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's really been a lot of fun making this little book, and I'm going to I decided I don't need all this fabric. I don't know why I had so much of this fabric, but I think I'm going to wrap it like this and send it to my friend, or give it to my friend. And then she also likes to make books, and so, or journals, and so she might decide sometime down the road she might want to do something with this. Throw pillow, something. You never know. And so I'm trying not to do anything over the top fancy with this, but when I come back, I'm hoping to have some books ready to get started, like have the pages picked out. I can't imagine that I wouldn't be able to do that just sitting around, when I'm not doing physical therapy. I dread that too. But, everyone I've talked to says that hip surgeries are amazing, and you wished you'd had them much sooner. Not near as bad as the knee. I think it's only going to be like an hour or so surgery, if I understood right. And so, yeah, that's even better, right? So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to miss you. I'm so used to doing this, and you guys give me the company I need for an old retired lady, and help me to be able to do the things I love. And I hope you'll hang in there and watch for my videos to show up as soon as I can do it. I'm going to, even if I have to just pop in at some point when I feel like it and say hello. So you guys enjoy the new nice weather that's cooling off. I mean, it's actually very nice here today. We were in the low 70s, and we haven't seen that since this time last year. So anyway, I hope that you guys have a great fall, And the fair, the Tulsa State Fair is going on here where I live. Started tonight for 2 weeks. And, of course, I haven't been able to do the fair in a long time because, you know, it is not easy to walk the fair. So, anyway. All right, guys. I will see you in the next video, and I'll miss you all. Thank you.